We're going to go through with you some key calculations that you need to know when determining and calculating the profit from a real estate deal. Before figuring out what your net profit is, we're going to walk you through all the things that you need to itemize to determine what your net profits are. Make sure you stay tuned through the end because I'm going to show you how to maximize your profits by having the key players in your corner. So, calculating the net proceeds after the sale of a house, you need to subtract all costs associated with buying, holding, and fixing the property. What we need to do is we need to take the agreed upon sales price of the house, the fees paid to a real estate agent, or the commissions to them, cost of staging the house if that's something that you decided to do, along with the professional photos and videos that we've talked about, cost of the repairs to the house, things that you did to it to improve it. This would be the things that you also paid your general contractor to do. Any seller concessions. These are things that you've maybe done after they did a walkthrough or they negotiated for you to pay on their behalf. You have to take these things into consideration because it comes off of that sales price. The cost of home ownership, basically your holding costs during the time that you purchase the home to when you actually sell the home. What are those costs involved? Mortgage payoffs. Do you have a prepayment penalty? Also, you need to take into consideration capital gains. Capital gains tax is real. Unfortunately, you have to pay it, but here's the thing. Hopefully you made money on your flip to where you can and will pay those capital gains. So the capital gains is basically the cost of your house, right? All your expenses, what your net profits are, you're going to be paying capital gains on that amount. Essentially, what we're doing here is we're working our deal backwards, and we're going to see how accurate we were when we first initially found this deal and did the underwriting. Where again, did we match and figure out how close were we to our ARV, or after repair value, versus our cost to acquire, our general contractor or cost to rehab, our holding costs, and the commissions and capital gains tax. What is our net proceeds? We're going to work that deal one final last time, and the things that maybe we didn't consider, maybe things, the unforeseen things that we didn't anticipate, or the seller concessions. So these lists are pretty big, and what I like to do is I like to bring in an expert, maybe an accountant that deals specifically with real estate investors. And typically they're able to find the depreciation recapture that I could take advantage of and find other ways to write off or recapture some of the money so I could keep more of the profit that I was hoping to make. So these are the things that you need to be aware of. And when you're walking a property, you need to be calculating some of these things. So when the margins get really thin, is this a property? You have to ask yourself these things. Is this a property I really want to do to make this much money? Make it worth your time, you guys. You're going to spend, whether it's a big or small flip, you're going to spend time with this property. What is your time worth? That's what I'm always asking myself and going through these numbers in my head. Pretty soon, after you do it enough time, it's going to become second nature. But again, you got to make sure that you know these numbers, and you got to make sure you have the right team on your side to keep as much of this as possible. So there's a lot of things to look for here. So bringing in someone that's been there and done that is probably could be very important for you to keep as much as possible. And what areas you could shave off. For example, staging, that could be a lot of money. What I like to do is I like to go to local companies and partner with them and offer the furniture for sale and include it in the price. So I avoid purchasing it at the time. And if the buyer decides to purchase the house with the furnishings, guess what? It's a win-win for everybody. Another area of somebody that you're working with, maybe a mentor that could help you avoid some pitfalls, is the finish work. The finish work that you're doing on these are things that are going to get picked up by an inspector or just people just walking through. So make sure that your house is on point. Make sure that you have someone walking the property with you. It could even be a finish carpenter himself. So finding someone that could walk the property prior to you even listing it could help you save thousands of dollars, or maybe you lose the opportunity to sell that property because something wasn't quite right before you went to listing. Make sure your property's tight. get a mentor or work with someone that's been there, done that, so you have an extra set of eyes on that property before it goes live. So another way to look at this is if you bring on a partner, you may actually give up some of your profit. But for me, this is how I got started. I shared in the profit and somebody walked me through step by step how to do the deal. They were essentially my mentor when I got going, and I had no problem sharing a profit with them so I could avoid those pitfalls that a lot of people make. You're going to pay for it one way or another. You could pay for it up front, through the deal, or doing mistakes on your own. So through the experience that I've had and have, I've been able to get comfortable with going through these numbers with myself and the team and making sure that we're on point on all of these things. We have a free gift for you for staying tuned, and that is 100 ways for you to find off-market deals. By going down below and clicking the button, that gift is yours for free.